somebody's texting me.
All right. So this is basically the graveyard,
It's a messenger.
and
Oh no. Oh.
we're gonna try to paint it up kind of simple.
Okay, so we got a cemetery here / graveyard.
Yeah.
Just do a simple. Okay, so we got gray, dark gray,
Dark gray.
apple barrel, pewter gray.
Okay.
Ton of it.
That'll be the first color.
I got apple barrel, country gray, and this is what I usually use for terrain. So use a trash brush.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of trash.
You got a trash brush? Yeah. You got.
I bought. It was like Target
right,
5.
Yeah.
It was like 20 for $5.
And then I got white here, and this was apple barrel. Wicker white? It's just this
Let's
white.
Go a little bit bigger. Let's go a little bit bigger, so that way I can.
There's a ton of it here.
All right. So how do you show me on the first one how you're gonna do it? And I can kind of copy you. Well, I don't want to do it like completely different. Then it's like, oh, why does half the graveyard look this way and then the other half?
All right.
Like, we're using the same colors. It's not like a.
Yeah, it's the same colors. It's like not the same brush. Okay.
So
let's do this one. All right, here. Boom.
Okay. Okay. We're just going for it.
Yeah, just leave a little black here and there.
Okay. We're going for trying to get everything in that gray color.
Well, you want some black showing through.
Okay.
You know.
So this would be more of an overbrush or a wet dry brush, for lack of a better word.
It's an overbrush.
Like a dry brush, but you don't like dry it out first.
It's a basic paint. Now these are made of resin, old school. I think I got these at an old convention, like a historical convention, and I think I was just like getting rid of them, and I didn't really. They may have even come with something else, like a package, and I didn't really buy because I wasn't really into cemeteries or graveyards or anything. It's like, what am I going to do with these, you know?
Right.
And I actually threw a bunch of this crap out, like, or got rid of it. I gave it to somebody, something, because it's like I'm not gonna. I had like big crypts like this big, and you took the lid off, and there's like there was you could kind of, but yeah, it was just it was what it was, and it's like, what am I gonna do with this stuff? You know, it was kind of too big and bulky, but
this little stuff would be perfect for like skirmish games.
Yeah, I don't even know where this stuff came from, to be perfectly honest.
I feel like
it was just kind of in the shed, in the storage.
It's like, look, man, sometimes stuff just shows up at my house.
It was in a bag.
I don't ask questions.
I don't ask questions. Yeah, it's like I haven't seen this stuff before.
It's like I probably bought it.
I probably bought it.
I probably thought it was the coolest thing in the world.
Back in 2009,
for like
somewhere around there. Yeah,
and then I could probably put it in the storage and forgot it. Yeah, that happens to me sometimes too. I'll get excited and I'll say, "Oh, that's a cool miniature set," and then the next thing I know, it's like, yeah, why would I don't want to play Space Marines. I was showing Franz earlier. I got a like space beastmen, and they were
Croxivores.
I think Croxivores are the lizard guys, Ungors or something gores. I don't know, but they look pretty cool. They're like goat guys, and I got them as kind of a potential backup for this game, but then I was like, nah, I'm getting the real thing. I'm gonna get the real miniatures. You're going way more than I am. Okay.
Huh?
You're going way deeper.
I'm going hard.
Okay.
Yours look good. Yours look good. Don't worry.
I was going like 80%. You're going like 99%.
I mean, some of these have like really, really detailed like inscriptions on them, and I'm actually covering some of that up, which is not great. I mean, I can always come back with some wash and fix that, you know, go back down in there. But
Yeah.
right now, I'm just trying to get some color on them that's not black. We can actually even do some like green moss on some of these, you know.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, these are really actually pretty nice.
Yeah. I mean, for old school resin, they're pretty cool. And the thing I've noticed about the old school resin is, once it's primed, you can't really tell.
That it's resin?
Yeah, you just, you know, the weight might be give you a little bit of a giveaway, but it's not like, you know, you look at it and go, oh, that's resin, oh, that's plastic, that's metal, you know. It's like I think we were talking about before, some like the War Games Atlantic stuff. Like, oh, this plastic's a little chintzy or not as cool as the Games Workshop plastic. But then once you prime it, you're like, oh, never mind, it doesn't matter. It's all good. Games Workshop plastic cuts real easy. That's what I've noticed, and it's kind of got this buttery. I don't know, it's just fun to work with. But then, like some of these other games that use a little bit more rigid plastic or a little bit more like cheaper plastic. It's not as easy to work with, but like I said, once you prime it, you can't really tell. You're just like, okay, but you're knocking this way out faster than I am.
I'm not being as careful. Yeah, see, it's the details on some of these are like really, really nice, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of ruining them, but that's okay.
Hey, you're allowed to ruin your own things.
Yeah, well. Who knows what these were for, you know. These could be, you know, 60 years old. We don't know. Because I got them from an old guy.
Well, they're resin, so I mean, resin's not that old, right?
Who knows?
Well, that's fair. Anyone out there on the internet?
I mean,
this is like
old.
I mean, this
old
is
school.
yeah. I mean,
this is like original kind of resin.
This is like the resin we'd use like when I was in like high school. Yeah. Okay, so that's like 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Whenever we would want to do plastic mold stuff. Silicone mold stuff. I swear the other thing was like with this stuff is if you were to try to like glue it to something else, it didn't really glue piece to piece very well.
Yeah, no, it's like you gotta have like
some kind of special glue or drill it out and pin it. Yeah. But since these are all kind of like individual pieces, you don't have to worry so much about that.
I was thinking about taking these and like, since there's so many tiny ones, is like gluing them onto a board and flocking the board.
That's not a bad idea.
Because, you know, if we're gonna have to set these up in a scenario, it's like, and then we're like trying to play and we're knocking them over, or we can set up rules where it's like every time you knock over a headstone, a zombie comes out.
That's pretty funny.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some meta rules.
Yeah, when you like kind of brush these, and it's like, wow, there's some cool shit on these.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, this one says
like some of it's kind of like
Samuel Samuel Clemens, 1835 to 1910. Who's Samuel Clemens?
It sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar.
I feel bad now. Like we're gonna be like Samuel Clemens. You know that guy? He invented the radio.
Yeah, it's like that's Mark Twain.
Yeah.
I think it is Mark Twain actually.
Now you just mentioned that, I think you're right.
Bunch of idiots.
Yep.
It's like, and that's like probably his like historically accurate headstone or something weird.
Yeah, and we're like.
This one says Ty Cobb.
Oh well, cool. Yeah, everyone knows that. Yeah, Ty Cobb and I don't know.
Wasn't he Marilyn Monroe's husband?
I know he's a baseball player. Marilyn Monroe was married to that Italian guy, Joe DiMaggio?
Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb was I'm not a baseball guy. He was better at me than baseball, I'll tell you that. That's for sure.
Let's see, what does this one say?
It's a very low bar. Very low bar.
This one doesn't have anything on it.
I can just imagine that too, like some guy like really went to a real cemetery and like tried to make it like that cemetery, and then like we're just like, yeah, I don't know what this is all about. I don't know. Or it could be like he's like, oh man, I spent time so I can make it look like my favorite baseball player, my favorite writer, and my favorite who knows what else.
Yeah, one more here.
And we're just dry brushing this.
Did you already dry brush these?
Yeah, a little bit. They're not as much as you do it. If you want to go back over it.
Yeah, and it's like this one is the same as Ty Cobb's, but it's destroyed. Like, so, like, I guess you can swap them out when you break. Like, because this cross is the same as this cross, but this one's broken.
Gotcha.
Like, you could do, like, a time lapse or something with these or something weird. I don't yeah, we just don't know the story behind this stuff.
Or it could be there is no story. It could just be like some dude just like, hey man, I'm doing it for me.
They belong to us now. Oh, this one's fell down. Yeah, I used to be a cemetery caretaker. I would have mentioned that before.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
Headstones are very heavy.
I can imagine.
I remember I was picking one up. I had to pick one up, and it had been falling down for like 100 years, and we had no idea what the name was on it. It was actually a woman's thing. I thought it was a dude's because it was like really big and prominent. And when I picked it up, I almost fucking broke my back, and I was like, I really jacked my back up on that one, pretty hard. I was like, ooh, that was not fun. That I should not have done that.
Well, yeah, they probably do that so people like can't just like run off with their tombstones.
Well, it was broken in half. I mean, this thing, we're talking like, it was like 8 feet tall.
Oh, wow. That's
And
really big.
it was broken off like 4 feet up
okay.
and falling on the ground.
Oh, wow.
You know.
So, yeah, no, it would move.
It broke. It broke. And we're trying to get it back up. And I was going to pin it and everything. It's just too fucking heavy. It's just like, you can at least read it now. And that's going to have to be good enough. I don't get paid for doing this. I'm a volunteer. So, this is good enough.
And that's when the little dragon came out and blessed your ancestors and everything.
No.
No.
Oh, that looks pretty cool. These look way better painted than they did when they were raw resin. They look very cool. Yeah, I was worried we weren't going to have a cemetery because in the Guelph lore, there's like a huge cemetery that's like, like tens of square miles big, and like that's where all the zombie animals are,
Gotcha.
and and sometimes you have to go through it to get to other places, and like nobody wants to go through there, and it's like they're not really zombie, but they have the mange, and you could get the mange. But now we have a nice, creepy cemetery.
Like God intended.
There's a difference between a cemetery and a graveyard too.
What's the difference?
Nobody really cares about a graveyard.
Oh.
A cemetery, I think the difference is a graveyard is not in a church, and a cemetery is in a church. Is like hallowed ground.
Gotcha.
Like if you have a graveyard at your house with your family members, it's a graveyard. But if it's at a religious facility, it's a cemetery.
That makes sense.
Yeah, just a little bit of this slappity dappity doo dah is really making these come out really nice.
Yeah, that is.
I don't know if the camera's picking up on this. But...
I'm picking it up.
Yeah.
So your guys are pretty much done.
I mean, they could really use a dry brush and a wash, but I don't think we're going to have enough time with the way people are not participating.
Well, everyone was sick like last week.
I was sick last week.
I was too, yeah.
We helped.
The week before that, we helped
Somebody move.
someone move. Which I think probably is why we were sick the next week.
Possibly.
Oh man, that was a nightmare.
I mean, it could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have. That's true.
I'm glad Matt was the one that was picking up the heavy stuff.
Yeah, Matt was a trooper, man.
Yeah.
Matt was a trooper on that one.
Yeah, he was really the strong man. I'm like, well, Matt's the strongest one here. He's like, oh, that's bullshit. I'm not strong. And I'm like, well, you are today.
I couldn't get a good grip on anything else.
No, there's only room on the stairs for one person.
Yeah.
And that one person was Matt. That's for sure.
I just remember back in the day, I used to work at car parts, and I was, I thought I was strong, you know, cause like
Did you do this one?
Yeah, not a lot. I can go back over it again. I ran out of paint. But yeah, so I thought I was strong because I'd pick up these catalytic converters, and they'd weigh like 200 pounds and stuff, and they'd be like 10 feet long, you know.
Oh, you told me this story.
Yeah, and I could get to the point where I could like bounce them, you know, and move them through the hall without, you know, go through doors without having any problems. And so like, yeah, I'm pretty strong, I'm pretty tough. And then I had to move a transmission one time, and those things are way more heavy. And so I'm like having a problem. I'm like having problems getting it up onto the back of this truck. And this one guy, who's a cool guy, he had like the baby Huey body though. He was like 6'5", 6'3", 6'5", somewhere around there. And so like I'm trying to get it, you know, and I'm just having problems. And he just walks up with one hand, and he had like a car parts in the other, and just boop, pops it up there on, and lays it up there like it was nothing. And I just remember thinking, man, I am not strong at all.
You revoked your man card.
I mean, I was glad he helped me out, you know. I was not mad at him, but it was, you know, it felt like, you know, like when you're a small child, and your dad, like, you know, picks up.
The one thing that really hurt me, other than that headstone, was when I was on the carrier. We had these big. They looked like bombs, but they were pods that go underneath the wings of the airplane. And they got all the electronics in them. And this pod is like the one that has the cameras in it, so you can see where you're dropping your bombs, and it records all the stuff. And we had to put it up on like the winch or something. And it's like you're carrying it like the Ark of the Covenant. It's like there's two poles, and you lift one person on one side, one person on the other side. And I tried to pick that bitch up a couple of times, and I almost collapsed my spine. I'm like, oh, nope. And I was like, you know, I was young and dumb, and I'm like, I can do this, I'm a man, I'm strong. And it's like, I knew I had hit my limit. It's like, that's it. That's enough of this. I cannot do this. And So I had to get one of the big guys to get it. Yeah, it was fun. The mezzanine. It's like we would get things from the hangar bay, and we had like the thing called the mezzanine, which is like a balcony inside the hangar bay.
Okay.
And it was just like there was a hole in the floor, and then you had like a winch, and you hook the thing up at the top of, at the end of the hangar, and then you pull it up to the next floor through a hole in the floor, you know.
Okay.
And you had to have hard hats and ropes and everything, and like at the very end of the hangar bay where we're at, it's like a main hallway, you know, like it's like Main Street, USA, and everybody's going back and forth. And they get all pissed off because you're blocking, you know, the main way going, you know, back fore and aft, right?
So you're basically blocking their version of the interstate.
Yeah, and so whenever we let people through, we'd be like, oh, like that, freak them out, and then laugh. I don't know why that was funny, but
It sounds pretty funny.
it was pretty funny. Oh shit!
So
Yeah, look out! That'll teach you to be pissed off at me. And it was the same spot, like, and then like just only a couple feet away from that one spot where you're picking stuff up, there's like an elevator that goes down, but it's not really an elevator for people; it's just for stuff.
Okay.
It's like and it like goes up and down. It's like a conveyor belt, but it's upside down. And it had these fingers like this, and they like drop through, and like if you got your hand caught in there, you don't have a hand anymore. It would fuck you up. Like there was no safety. Like it didn't stop or anything. Like there was no trip or anything. It's like just don't. Hey kid, you know, don't do that, right?
Hey, if you want to retire early,
If you want, yeah. Just stick your hand in there.
Stick your hand in
and
there.
let it just suck you away.
Yeah.
And but
you don't have to work ever again.
oh man, I was a captain of the underway replenishment team, and
Captain Franz.
no, it wasn't that awesome. It was like I'm the shot fuck up. Congratulations, you get to go do this shit job that nobody else wants to do. But since you're high enough rank, you're going to be in charge of all the fuck ups.
Oh,
you know,
nice.
Yay! You know,
So you're basically like
I'm the first guy to get yelled at
say,
when shit goes
the
wrong.
president of detention.
Yeah, president of detention. But it was like, the stuff that we did was the food.
Okay.
And you would think it would be great because, oh man, we get first choice of food, like stuff falling off the back of the truck, you know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, we got a couple blood oranges out of the deal, and, you know, but it was like bags of milk, fruit, and sometimes we get cereal. And a box of cereal may accidentally not make it all the way down to the warehouse, you know, to the storeroom. But, I mean, yay, you got a box of Cheerios, you know. Not the greatest in the world. Here's the next
color.
What is that one called? Pewter?
This is called
Country.
Country Gray.
Country Gray. But, yeah.
City Gray. None of that City Gray.
The one thing, like, we were in Greece and we got blood oranges, and they're like bright red inside, which is why they call them blood oranges. And they were really, really sweet and juicy, and they had like thin skins on them. They were pretty good. We ate a lot of those. The bags of milk suck because they're like a gallon or 2 gallons. They're stupid fucking heavy, man. They're just stupid heavy, and it's just like hundreds of them. They just kept coming. They just won't go away. You know, because it's like
Where'd you get them from? Canada?
No, it was just, I don't know, from the other boat. It was just like...
The only place I've ever heard of bags of milk is in Canada.
No, it wasn't like little bags of milk. It was like big bags of milk. They got like a little tube on them, and you stick them in the freezer, and you pull them down, and like you lift the metal handle, and it's like dispenses, you know. But you would have to like transfer them back and forth. They sucked. This is like 30 years ago, and that's the one thing I remember was the blood oranges and the milk. But we did like all kinds of stuff, like, you know, frozen vegetables, and I remember a lot of frozen stuff because I had to go down into the freezer compartments, and they're like way down in the bottom of the ship. At the bottom of you're way underwater, you know.
Right.
And
yeah, because I'm imagining everything either has to be canned or frozen, right?
no, you get a lot of fresh stuff.
You got a lot of fresh stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
you get a lot of because you're getting replenished like every 2-3 weeks.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
You know, yeah. But that means I had to do this crap every 2 or 3 weeks. Luckily, I wasn't like up top side where they're like actually swinging them between the two boats or anything. I was like, you know, they would just like drop the pallets off to us, and then we'd have to empty the pallets and keep going.
So at least they're palletizing everything.
Yeah, it was on pallets.
That's not too bad.
And, you know, yeah, it was boxes of crap. You know, I do remember the meat said not for prisoner consumption. You know,
It's too good for prisoners.
no, it was not too good. It was like grade F meat. You know,
They're like, look, we'd give it to your dogs, but
you could give it to the dogs. It was like, you know, it didn't say kennel ration on the side, but it did say not for prisoner consumption. You know, I distinctly remember that, and it was like taco meat or something. Ground beef, taco meat. I mean, the realistically, the boat food was pretty damn good.
right.
I can't really
You were on an aircraft carrier?
complain too much. Yeah, I was on the Theodore Roosevelt,
That's cool.
the Rosy Palm.
My grandfather was on an aircraft carrier for a while, and he said that was like the ship to be on, was the aircraft carriers. He was also on a PT boats for a while, and he said those were the crazy boats to be on. He's like, but you were not, like, you lived like a king on the aircraft carrier, because they were constantly getting replenished, and they're bringing all the food and all the stuff. This was World War II.
Yeah, my dad was on a troop transport, and just getting over there.
Mm-hmm.
He went to Asia, and my uncle went to Europe,
Gotcha.
and my uncle flew bombers. I think he flew Mitchells, and he was shot down twice over Germany, and he was able to get out because he spoke fluent German, because we're German. But he could speak fluent German. He was
What, the guy named Franz is German?
Yeah, right? What?
What?
I know, crazy. But he was able to, but the second time he crashed, like, he broke his back, and they carried him out in a stretcher, so he wasn't going back after that.
Yeah, I can imagine that would put a damper on your ability to find enemy lines.
Yeah. But,
I'd say if it was a space marine, they would have put in one of those sarcophaguses and booted him up to go fight really deadly battles. So that dreadnoughts are.
yeah, but, so my uncle got back to the States before my dad, and my dad mailed home a samurai sword,
Oh, that's cool.
and my uncle sold it for beer money. He pawned it for beer money. I used to get so mad about that. It's like, I could have had a samurai sword right now, but no, my uncle needed to get drunk.
You know.
But, you know, when you got PTSD, you gotta self-medicate. And that crap wasn't worth anything to those people at the time,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I think everyone has a story about an uncle who drank a little too much, who like sold